Alright folks, continuation of the video. This is kind of what really threw things into a little bit of a little chaos here. Different than the chaos with our kitties, because we didn't expect this thing to show up because, well, we follow very poorly our subscriptions because we just like being surprised to see what comes. So this showed up. And Miss Katie and I were talking. This reminded us a lot of our areas that we saw in the Ukraine, except they were all full of sunflowers. And of course, this is too far to the east of where we saw. And you hear Patsy talking. Now, the games we've been kind of talking about lately here, as you can see, you've got Stalingrad, Inferno and Volga, Stalingrad 42, Donnerschlag, Traces of Hubris, and Fortress Sevastopol, which are all kind of in our let's get Stalingrad done and a bunch of Stalingrad games between teaching and the next month here. So, but let's look at blue. Alright folks, everything you need for gameplay is in front of you. The map, game counters, rules, CRT, and player aid cards. Now, let me go ahead, move some of this stuff off the map board so you can see the map up close. Isn't this exciting to watch my hand do things? But this map is part of the new War in Europe map system, which has not been fully developed, so they're using those for the campaign in Europe game thing. So, game thing, God, Robert, game system. So there you get to see early the War in Europe maps. Now, let's look at counters, because everybody likes counters. Not bad, just been used to playing games lately with larger counters. Alright, I'm going to need to now tilt these because of the glare. There, you can see those. And they are double-sided. Headquarter units matter a lot in this game. And of course, German infantry is a measly 3-5 for the divisions. Armor is not great. It's only 6-8, so there's that. Now you see where we start here. We start from Kiev over to, sorry for that folks, Kharkov, Voronezh, as far as Saratov, go down to Rostov, Astrakhan down here, and of course, Stalingrad. So, covers all the big areas. Hexes are 20 miles per hex. So, it gives you some idea on what the map scale is. Turns are a week. Hold on, folks. I got an interruption. 1 moment, please. Okay, folks, I really did. The rules are the same for this game as they are for the Leningrad game, as they are for the West Front game, because, well, campaigns in Europe. This is number 2. Leningrad was, I guess, number 1. Now, the game system, the campaign, here's the CRT. There's the mobile ground combat. There's the assault. This is more our normal, with our normal kind of results. Here, they're a little differently. DP, Defender Panics. Retreat all defending units 1 hex. And another one, DP, where they may retreat 2. So there are certain things here. Of course, air superiority table, and here you got the terrain effect chart. Wish they would have done it in color. Small thing, but color is nice. Here we have the game, and of course this is for the game system, not necessarily for this one. But because you see down here, you have your years, your general data track, air and naval, units available for rebuild, and your setups here. And here's your setup for Army Group Alpha, Army Group Bravo, and your reserves. All nicely set up again. I know I say that a lot, but I really do mean that, folks. Here you've got cost for refit, rebuild, and then of course you're going to have the same thing over here. Your Southern Strategic Direction, your Caucasus Strategic Direction, that is who's where, and Bryansk. So, the heart of this game is, I guess I would call it the RP system. And to me, RP always sounds like resource points. Well, it's not resource points here. And in fact, let's look up what RPs are. Because RPs get to be refit points. Refit and replacements. They're an integral part of the system. You expend them to get favorable column shifts on combat, refit reduced units, rebuild eliminated units, construct depots and mobile supply units, and construct entrenchments. So I think of them from my readings of the rules as the POL for the game engine. How about that? POL for the game engine. Doctrine is reflected in special rules for this game. For example, the Soviets have no mech phase out through here in July, from July through October. Well, that would be pretty realistic because everything is going back this way, and the amount of armor, although there was a lot of armor in the Kalash Ben, they didn't really have, I would say, great doctrine at that point, and they were just throwing things in. Stacking is 4 divisions for Germans, 3 for Soviets, but they're corps. My initial overall sensing is kind of interesting because you put it together with the Leningrad game, and if they put out something to make it into a Barbarossa game, well, that becomes even better. And what I also understand, and I've been talking to the designer or developer, Doug Johnson, is what they are also doing. They're looking at an expansion for this to tie everything together, but that's somewhere down the road and in the future. So here you have it, folks, a quick down and dirty for Case Blue. New game from Decision Game. And of course you've got, which isn't really applicable here, the defensive line, because at this point where we start the game, the Germans are out here. So this is for the future. This is where we probably start. And I like the rail system. And there are what I noticed different here too, there are 2 different types of rivers. You've got the Dnieper, which Miss Katie and I have gone up. And then you've got your regular type rivers. So there you have it, folks. Quick down and dirty. Hope you liked it. See you in a bit. And special thanks to Doug Johnson for listening to my belabored points. Bye.